Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Pat Lowers, I love you so much. Thank you for making me such a great person, right? No, just kidding. But happy Mother's Day. I will see you tonight at Harrah's where we can celebrate. She's out gambling.
Oh, nice. Hope she's winning.
Well, we're always winning. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And to my mother-in-law, happy Mother's Day. And all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Triangle Hustle Podcast, where life, hustle, and construction collide in the heart of California.
Mother's Day tomorrow, guys. And
I'm just glad safety week's over because I'm exhausted.
Well, Rocio's not an actual mom yet. I'm looking forward to the day where she makes us an aunt and uncle.
The big news.
That's going to be an amazing
Rocio.
day.
Let me call Charlie.
Yeah.
I know, I can't get pregnant myself or I would, but...
Charlie.
But you do have Spoinks and Happy Mother's Day.
Charlie, do I need to come and talk about the birds and the bees with you again?
Charlie, don't pull out.
It takes two to tango.
Charlie, don't pull out.
Hold on to him, Rocio. Don't let him go.
This is going to be a great after Mother's Day special. But before we start the show, happy Mother's Day to every single mom out there. You're going to love this one because it's going to talk about how if you're a single mom to keep pushing, keep fighting, never give up. That being said, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. You guys ready to go?
We're ready. We're ready. Bring on the chingona
locked
we
in?
have today.
You locked in?
I'm locked in.
Lila, you locked in?
I'm all locked in.
Good morning. I'm a little confused today.
Why?
I didn't know what the show was going to be about. I walked in and I'm thinking, could it be about NAWIC? Could it be about Don's business? What's it going to be? Then as I walk up the stairs, I hear the words Big D, writing the D. And I'm like ready to walk out because, I'm all Christian like now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. But then, I walked in and I'm like, then they were talking about, what were you guys talking about?
Oh, it must be her shirt. So what's up with the shirt, Don?
Yeah, so yesterday Metro opened the D line in downtown LA, and a bunch of people got together and we rode the D.
Wow.
It was actually pretty cool. It was a project that Lowers Welding has been on, and for many, many years we started out with them. So it was kind of cool to come back and see the train in action. It was great.
Awesome.
Their marketing was fun.
Fat a nickel for every time I heard that.
I'm going to go ride the D today.
Fight $1 for every time I heard that. Sweet.
It was cool. So it's going to connect Angelinos from Wilshire and La Brea up through the Arts District into Beverly Hills. It's going to connect into Purple Line. So the D line is the Purple Line. So we're really proud to be part of that project, and it's been really successful.
That's cool. I want a shirt.
Yeah, well, you know what? They sold out real quick.
I bet.
Yep. And and I will say, I found out too yesterday, one of the colleagues that I had the pleasure to work with, Ken Cowie, he was a big infrastructure person, built a lot of things in LA, passed away. So much blessings to his family, and he was an amazing guy to work with. So
awesome.
He's going to be missed.
Kevin Cowley?
Ken
Cowley.
Cowie.
Rest in me.
Cowie. Yeah, that's what we used to call him.
So I'm sure we're going to talk about more D later. But right now, let's introduce the other big D. That's Miss Dawn.
Yes, Miss Dawn Davis.
Hello.
Double D.
Damn. I like the direction of the show. This is the first time but let's just wing it. Let's go.
Let's to the break of dawn.
So,
that's right. There we go. Ooh, we're just full of one-liners today.
Welcome to the Triangle, Miss Dawn.
Introduce
yourself. Look at that camera and tell people who you are and what you do.
Good morning. My name is Dawn Davis. I'm the CEO and president of Lowers Welding and Fabrication, a second-generation structural steel business that supports the infrastructure. We do bridges, highways. Been in business here in Santa Fe Springs, California since 1973.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm super excited to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
I'm also the current president of Women in Construction, NAWIC, LA.
We love NAWIC.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Sure. Look at his face.
No, what? I was a supporter up until about 2 years ago.
Well,
Marisol didn't like it. What can I say?
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask Marisol why next time.
We should ask her why.
Are you talking to too many women?
Am I talking to too many women?
Frank is always surrounded by women.
In business.
In business, yes.
Interesting.
Business.
And I'm always surrounded by men in business.
Yes. Same.
Yeah. But no, it's good. The women in my life are super impactful, powerful. I mean, look at you two. And now one more. So I like my women's circle. And there's a good men component. But it's hard to find the men that really mean well, believe it or not. So or that you could line up
We're talking man to man.
Man to man, you
Got
know,
it.
that has the same goals and aspirations.
Sure.
You know, some of them just want to chase tail, others just want to chase money. You know, I like the relationships that help you grow as a man.
Got to level up.
Yeah,
Yep.
gotta
Always
level
level up.
Yep.
So
For sure.
I ain't trying to chase no tail no more.
Well, I think at our age too, when you get in this part of your career, it's like we have hardly any time.
Yep.
No.
So how am I going to spend my time?
Exactly.
Right. So we kind of
we,
look for
we,
that.
we figure out that time is, you know, you can make more money and, you know, do more stuff.
Yeah.
But if yesterday was Tuesday and you didn't do what you needed to do, time you don't get back. So
Right.
Yeah.
we do get a little more stingy with our time and where we're going to
sure.
spend it
Yeah.
and who's going to get our energy and who's going to be our friends and who's going to be in our circle, because
Yeah.
people will come and steal your time.
Yeah,
you
and I
know?
think that's one of the reasons why my women's circle it's not extensive, but there's good people because they know that I'm there for, you know, to serve, as opposed to take or to do any random construction guy typical crap.
And we're organized people, and we're going to organize your time. And if you tell me you have 3 hours and you want to go ride the D or go to dinner or whatever, we're going to be ready. You know, we're going to take care of that. And I think that's what's great about working with women is the organization, because we're also, a lot of us are parents. And so we're focused on raising our home, raising our businesses, having our relationships, going to church, doing all of the things, and still staying on target. So I think it's important.
Although I did remember, I told you guys the other day, I did get a little bit of hate from one of our viewers, the mountain man over there. He was like, "There's too many women on your show, and they just they're taking over, and you need more of a male presence, and blah blah blah, and this and that." And I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Tell him to have his own podcast.
I'm sorry we hurt your feelings, bro. Like maybe you should
your
go
own
to
podcast,
maybe you should
dude.
go to a therapist or something. You know, like, oh man, who hurt you?
Right?
Who hurt you?
Some women. Well, you know, I will say though, you can tell him that I was my dad's favorite son.
See,
There's such a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't. You know, growing up, it's funny because when we talk about women in construction, like I never was told I couldn't. I never knew I wasn't supposed to do certain things. I never knew I wasn't supposed to be in construction or be a welder. And honestly, I was never, ever going to work for my dad. I was never going to be in construction, never going to be in business with my family. My degree, well, I don't really have a degree. Well, I do. I went to Long Beach City College, go Vikes. And my degree's in fire science. And I was a paid call firefighter for 5 years.
what?
Yeah, and I did that because I didn't want to work with my dad. But then you don't get, at that time, especially as a paid call, I made $9.11 an hour. And yeah, it was brutal. And I worked in Indio. And it was fun, and I would commute out there. But then when I got pregnant with my son, they're like, well, you have to do light duty, like maybe inspections. And at that time, Indio City was getting bought out by the county, and it's the whole thing. But I did go through the fire academy. I did pass it before they changed it for other people to be able to pass the test, and they had a state mandated test by the whole country. But yeah.
Is that how you got your EMT certification?
Yes. I went to Rio Hondo Fire Academy, class of 43. Long time ago. I think they're in the hundreds now. I'm getting so old, and it happened really fast.
Remember, we used to be the young ones in the room. Now,
Yeah.
not not
now-
so much.
Nobody's listening at me on the job
I'm
site
still-
anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not getting the.
yeah, right.
Mentally and in my heart, I'm still, you know, young, but
Yeah,
no,
for
I
sure.
feel
Yeah,
it.
but-
Like I feel it after a long day. I'm like, my mind wants to keep going, but my body's like, yeah, all right, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Don. So you mentioned you were going on the path of EMT. What made you switch from that industry to construction to now owning and running a very
Great question. So it was really a no-brainer. When I got pregnant with my son, he's now 26. I was married to a firefighter.
Okay.
And I was working 72s. We'd work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was still working for my dad Monday through Thursday. Because I was married, but I wasn't a mom, and I had a lot of free times, and I like to work. Like I work 24/7. You ask my family, like, oh my gosh, she just never turns it off. And I can be at the coffee shop and I'll see someone, I'm like, oh, you work for Trailer. Like I did this job, like, and we end up being there for 20 minutes. So when that happened, I really thought about who's going to watch my child if my husband at the time was a firefighter and my parents are running their own business. His mom was all, it didn't make sense. And I was definitely didn't want to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom. I love that for women that do that. And it's so impressive. I knew it wasn't for me. So working with my dad again, created a pathway for me to bring my son to work. Like I gave birth to him on Saturday and I went to work with him on Monday.
Wow.
And my baby, all 3 of my kids, they went to work with me. I didn't take time off because we just do.
That's
we just
hardcore.
don't. I didn't know I was supposed to, you know. I was like, I just took him to work with me, and my mom was there, and she helped with them, and even moving on. But so yeah, that's how I created. And then I went to Pomona. Cal Poly Pomona has an extended university, and I got a degree in project management. Not a degree like on my wall degree, but like a certification. So, and I just started to think like, what can I do? Help my dad. My dad had not control issues, but he was running the business from get-go. He started in tunneling his whole life, built parts of the tunnel. And people in this industry know who Don Lowers, his name is also Don, D-O-N, Lowers. And my mom ran the office, and she used to work out here at Norris Industries. She made nuclear warheads. So she did the back end, she did all the books, but my mom was a big face of the company too. So yeah, that's how I ended up back there. And then my dad suddenly died in 2010. They told him he had cancer, and he died 3 weeks later. And it was like fish in the frying pan. What? Yeah, it was crazy. Wow. And in 2010, think back, there's no Measure M, there's no transportation. Los Angeles, there was no work. I mean, we couldn't even afford the brooms my guys were wearing out. I was down to 1 employee. And so I was going to actually demo our whole facility and just put it in RV storage. Wow. I was like, maybe everyone's right. Because when my dad died, everyone's like, oh, Dawn can't run a company. She's never going to make it. She doesn't know the first thing about welding, even though I was a certified welder.
How old are you at this point?
Back then, I was 39. Sorry. My dad died, I was 37.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went through a divorce before he passed away.
Oh, man.
Yeah. With 2 kids. It was brutal. And then I was single for almost 7 years. I was like, I'm a catch. I'll be married again. Yeah. Single for 7 years.
Doesn't mean you weren't a catch. You were just busy.
Yeah.
You were busy. Right?
I was dating, but I couldn't, and I would never date anyone in the industry. So like the pool gets smaller and smaller. And then I was like, forget this, I'm just going to raise my kids and run my business. And then I met my current and only forever husband. Oh. And he just let me be me. He's like, you go do you, boo. Like you. And there's no jealousy there. And it's funny. We go to places and men are like, your husband lets you come here. I'm like, did you say lets me? In 2026, people are still saying this. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, your wife let you come here?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So it sounds like you were really independent. You had a strong personality, from what you're telling me. Were you always like this, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still now.
Was it just like the confidence that your dad and your parents instilled in you?
Some of the hardship too, right? Like they say, some of the
hardship.
struggle makes us more chingona. We just do what we gotta do, take the actions we gotta take.
For sure. And when your back's against the wall, all I know how to do is fight.
That's right.
So I come out and I'm like, all right, what can I do? How can I be better? And honestly, when my dad died, I felt like, even though I'm the baby of the family, I felt like it was my responsibility to take care of my family, because I had my mom, and my sister was my business partner at the time, and she was there, but I was the boy. I did the boy job. And so the boys have to go out and, hunt and gather and bring in the work and have the office staff take care of the other stuff. So, yeah, I just felt that responsibility, but I loved it. But to answer the question, yes, I was always in leadership. Thank God for Facebook and MySpace back in the day, and we reconnected. I went to a very small Christian school in Norwalk called Leffingwell Christian. And I didn't go, I only went there because my birthday was so late in December. So my parents were like, oh my God, get this girl out of the house. And so I went to kindergarten when I was 4.5. And I didn't know if someone told you at the time, if you're the president, your senior year of your president's class, you have to do that reunion for the rest of your life. It's a lifelong commitment of putting reunions together. So yes, I was in leadership even in high school.
Okay.
And even at the junior college. I was on the ASB. I was president of Little Social Service Club. I love it. And you don't even know you're being a leader until someone says, oh my God, you're my mentor. Like, you helped me through this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
You know what's so great is your story goes back to where like you're 4.5 and you're like, the youngest one in kindergarten, and then you're president, of the student body or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And who we are when we're young is like who we become, and there's certain innate personality traits that we have that, like you said, why did you feel at a young age responsible after your dad passed? Like, why is it that we feel that way? While your sister, older, why doesn't she feel that way? And it's just that leadership that is within us, that is a God-given actually talent that we have.
It's
and
hard
it's
to create
awesome
it.
when we embrace it and we're aware of it and we figure, I can do it and I'm going to do it. and like you said, you were like the son, because there was my mom. We were just four girls. We had no brothers, and my youngest sister and my older, they were like girly, long hair, the small waist, and then my oldest sister and me were like the rugged, more tomboy kind of thing, and still more of a leader, like the one that'll come out first, or always the protector, or no, you're not gonna do that, kind of thing. Even though, and then when my mom did leave my dad, then we knew, like, yeah, we may be on the tomboy side, but sometimes, because men are men, we need some men friends too.
For sure.
We just do.
And my mom had 3 kids when she married my dad. She had a son and 2 daughters, which I never even knew until I was older that they were half, but I never look at them as half. I haven't had a relationship with my brother for over 20 years, and we don't have enough time for all that baggage. But
yeah.
My eldest sister didn't work in the company really after she turned in her 20s or something. She was in corporate America. She worked for Starbucks, and she did marketing and different things. And Nora too, she left the next one. So we're all 4 years apart. And even though they didn't know how to execute, I'm sure in their brains and in their hearts, like, we need to take care of our family, but the execution is probably where it missed. So I think that you're either a leader or you're not. And my kids are very independent and they're very strong. And people ask me all the time, like, how do you raise confident kids?
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't baby my kids. Even my 12-year-old now, I don't check his homework. I tell him, here's my expectations. I expect you to get straight A's because it's not that hard. I expect you to be respectful. It's sir, ma'am, all the time. I don't care who's talking to you. And I expect you to come home and I expect you to help out. And period. And they do. And, my daughter's very spicy. She's just like me, and I love it. She's 23, and boy. But I never wanted to cage that for her. I wanted her to know that she can express herself and not be shushed. I got shushed a lot. I got told to shut up a lot. But, it didn't work. Yeah. Am I right?
Well, it takes a lot of strength. If I may take it back to you, when you were going through your divorce, right before your dad died, and you taking over a company, and this is what happened when you're in your mid-30s. I could only think about it right now because I run a business. I'm married, but I could only, the amount of stress you have going through a divorce, having 2 kids under you. Imagine you going through a divorce mid-30s with your 2 kids. That's tough.
And it was an ugly divorce.
Yeah. Divorces are never fun.
Yeah. And honestly, even today, our kids are grown, and we're still like,
yeah.
Not yes and no, but I will tell you, I hope he doesn't hear this, but he actually apologized to me. A year ago, my daughter bought a house in Arizona, and I said, hey, do you want to come help my husband? And you guys put up the fan, like the boy job. Like, I still feel like there's boy jobs and girl jobs.
Yeah.
I'm not putting up the fan. I might know how, but I'm not doing it. And he's like, I just wish I would have did some things differently. And he apologized, and I accepted it, and we moved on. And, we communicate when we need to about, hey, I want to let you know what's going on with the kids, because my daughter just moved to Texas with us. So, yeah, but it was gnarly. And then that creates a whole fight in the family, and then you start fighting with your siblings and trying to end when there's no plan. We never talked about death in our family. We didn't know if he wanted to be cremated or buried, or there was no trust, there was no will, there was nothing.
Yeah.
So that's when we kind of was like, okay. I had already owned part of the company. I was already a 20% owner at that time, and my mom and my sister Nora was 20%, and then my mom. So at that point, my mom was already retired for a decade or so. And now you're like, what do we do now? Mm-hmm. Well, zero, the company had no worth really. There was nothing, there was no work. And it was like, well, let's just roll up our sleeves. And honestly, and then so he died in 2010. I got married in 2013 to my husband, Ronnie, and I was pregnant, 39, I was pregnant with my 12-year-old, and still pushing brooms. We're still trying to figure out, we're still having a plan to demo the whole building and just put up RV storage and be a slumlord. And Walsh Shea got awarded the first extension of LAX Crenshaw, and some of the people I worked with in the 90s when I was right out of high school came back and they said, are you going to be done with that soon? I said, yeah, I'm going to have him next Thursday because I'm going to tell the doctor I need to have this kid now so I can go to work on Monday. And Shay, I worked with Shay for a long time. And so they got awarded, and we ended up doing a bunch of work on that first extension. And it just started to catapult our business into, that's awesome. It was great.
Right when you think you're going to close the door, man.
Yeah. Don't quit before the magic happens.
Right. Yep. Yep.
So what got you through all that? Like what was it? Was it diving into more work? Like what did you do to really like just push through?
The chip on the people telling me no, people saying you can't do it, closing doors in my face. I really think, because I would love to say, you know, I leaned on Jesus, which I probably should have. I didn't. I didn't sleep. I kept working. I kept grinding. And the more people told me, she'll never do it, I was like, hold my beer. And I loved it.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Now it's my wine, but yeah.
Exactly. Because beer's too many colors. Yeah. It was the people telling me no.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think, and this is what we talked about female in construction, and I don't like to be like, oh, no, but if I were a man, I think things would be different.
Oh, yeah, it's completely different.
It would be different. But I'm not going to use it as a crutch. I'm going to take that and I'm going to learn from it. I remember coming home some nights, we were doing all the deck beams for the SOE, Shafts of Excavation package for Century City, and this was Purple Line 2 or 3. And their structures guys, definitely wasn't King Cowie, but their guy was just on it, yelling at me all the time, and creating some issues. And I was like, am I doing something wrong? And I remember just sitting, I got home, got a glass of wine, me and my husband sat in the spot. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, he's teaching me something. I'm going to learn from this. And I was almost in tears. I'm not going to cry about this, but I'm learning something. I don't know what it is. But what he did, what I figured out later, is he taught me how to dot the I's and cross the T's and make sure I'm planning and preparing for not only my schedule and their schedule.
Yeah.
Because their schedule was the one that was messed up. I had trucks sitting on overtime, sitting there with huge beams, 150 feet long, and they don't want to pay the standby time. I'm like, well, your contract says you will. I'm not paying it. So always trying to figure out what you're learning from these people or anybody is kind of...
And you know, those tough customers do teach you a different strategy with them, or what you have to do to prove like to that audience or that kind of personality. And once you learn that, they've leveled you up. Because when you meet the next asshole, you're like, oh yeah? You think you're an asshole? I already got one bigger than you know?
Yeah.
And we're able to learn actually from those really hard situations where there's no plan B or somebody has you up against the wall. But you're not going to go home and cry. You may go home and vent to your husband and say, you know, this motherfucker, you know, this or that. But, you know, or you sit back and like you say, you think about it and you say, okay, so you know, what am I going to do with this guy that's different or whatever? And then when you do come through, and it's usually planning, and it's a lot of the times it's not you, it's them. And they failed doing something and now they want to take that shit out on you. And you're like, hey, like you said, I dotted my I's and I crossed my T's. So don't come, you know, don't mess with
If
me.
you- how about-
you got to turn it
let me
around.
help you.
Yeah. Or no, let me see your T's and your I's. Are you dotted? Is it that you didn't do it, so now you want to take that shit out on me? You know, and always teaches you to, you know, be prepared. Not only be prepared and overthink, but to take action. Show up the next day and say, I'm ready, you know?
Yeah.
And then you learn the respect. And then they start seeing you not as a man. I don't want to be looked at as a male.
No.
I want to be looked at as a female that can do, you know, maybe not lift 100 pounds. I'm a chick, you know, I don't want to lift 100 pounds, but, you know, challenge me using my brain or my multitasking, you know, capabilities, then yeah, I'm gonna sit in this chair and you're going to be glad that I'm sitting here actually.
Yeah. Being a solution provider
Yes.
is really,
Yes.
really what we strive on, you
Yeah.
know, and
Creating
learning the
the need
leadership
for
styles
yourself.
of other people. Like,
Yep.
I want to sit here and I'm like, we're very alike. We're both going to be in the Peacocks. You know, you learn how to speak other people's language. Like, you know, when you get divorced, you read the 5 languages of love and what did I do? All the things.
There's 5
What's his
languages of love.
There is.
There are.
We'll teach them to you next
Yeah.
time.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a book.
Yeah.
Remind
Tune
me.
in, folks, for the 5
But there's
languages of love episode.
Yeah.
But there's also the same thing in business. We're learning how to, if I know you're going to be an aggressive, out there, very honest, very open person, I know I can call up Lila and be like, I need A, B, C. Hi, how are you? Thank you, bye. Then I might go to you and be like, okay, he needs a good morning. How are you today? I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you have to learn
Exactly.
the other relationship so you can talk on their language. You can speak their language.
You know the approach. Yep.
My language of love is how hard I work. I'm going to work so hard for you. You are going to love me because
yeah.
I'm just going to show up. And even when we have conflict, I'm going to show up and I'm going to apologize when I'm wrong and I'm going to be gracious and I'm going to take responsibility. But you got to do the same for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hardest thing about doing construction too is you do those things, but when you knock it out of the park and you freaking escalate their schedule and you get them on time, crickets. Crickets.
Right.
Can you just give me a testimony on LinkedIn, man?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's crazy.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes men, I think, get intimidated. Like, oh, look at this bitch coming in here.
I hate
and
the
then that's with
intimidation.
women. We can dress a certain way and put on a little,
Something.
yeah. It's a little advantage, I think.
Well, you know what?
sometimes.
Intimidation is a fun game, because when people say you intimidate me, I'm like, well, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
I'm not
Because
here to
I love
intimidate
everybody.
you.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
here
here
to
to
bully
help you and
anybody.
support you and lift you as I rise. Women have a little bit tough in construction because we're competing with the men, but we're also competing with each other because women are mean.
Oh yeah.
Good Lord, like they don't want to support.
to
They
each other.
tell you,
The
girl,
crab
let's
thing,
go.
the crab
the
thing,
lobsters in that boiling pan. Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't help.
Well,
That's something.
again, we got to kind of know who our people are and who's really, there so we can level up together and not be, part of
And
the
know who's
crowds.
going to help you out of the hot water, who's going to lift you out of that pot. And those are the people you cling to. And then I'm not saying you push the others down into the pot, but you just know to whom they have a pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to set healthy
And again,
boundaries.
it's a give. Treat people as you want to be treated and all that sort of stuff. But like we said, it's the 80-20 rule. You're not going to find a lot of it.
No.
You're not going to find a lot of it. And like you say, you pick your tribe, you pick your people, and that's where you want to spend your energy and your time, because that's really where, the progress is, and the good energy and the good karma.
But the more you do it, the better you are at dissecting and really discerning who's there and who has your best
absolutely.
interest.
Oh, yeah.
And then, not that you are mean to the others, but you don't put in as much effort because
No.
they're not going to do anything to fill your cup.
And like
It's
we
just like
just
friendships,
said,
too.
yeah.
Just like friendships. You have all these friends from
that's
high
the
school.
funny thing,
Yeah.
right? Because this business that we're in and the things that we do, it kind of leads into your personal life too, and then you're able to discern and dissect those things too. You're like, wait a minute.
It's when your
dude.
colleagues become your friends, and your friends are like,
Yeah.
we used to be friends. I'm like, we're still friends.
It's like, why am I always paying for Korean barbecue? I don't
Just keep it at the tab and tell,
Yeah,
right?
I don't care if you're a school teacher, bro. You get paid.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's Dutch it at least.
Right,
Shit.
right.
And then,
Yeah.
Dawn, if I may, because it's Mother's Day tomorrow, if I could ask you this question. How, because you're a successful entrepreneur, how did you balance, or how did you integrate your children with all of this going on? And you still have a leadership role in NAWIC. So how, coming from someone who wants to be a mom, and I have audience of different age ranges, younger women who are also in that career or that path in their life that they want to become moms. How do you integrate your children when you're running a business?
Tough one. I think that I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a sit down like bring my kids to work. So my older two kids will tell you, I would get them up at 4:30 in the morning. I would carry them to my car when I was a single mom. Carry them to my car, drive them to my office. I had a couch at my office. They would lay there. I'd make them Eggo waffles in my toaster, and they would eat Eggo waffles at work. And then I would drop them off at school at 8:00. And then I'd pick them up from school, bring them back to work. They had a little office. They would do their homework. So I didn't know at the time I was teaching them some skills. You don't know till later, but you.
And they're watching you. Your
Yes.
kids are watching everything that you're doing.
So I would say you want to teach them that, but you also want to take the time. I regret maybe, and I don't know if regret's the right word, of not maybe calling up and say, I'm going to take 2 hours. I'm going to take my daughter to the museum or my son to this or that. I mean, I was always a present mom. I never missed a basketball game, never missed a gymnastics tournament. My son races now, my little guy, and he plays 3 sports at school. I do miss some of those things. You know what he says? He's like, I understand, Mom, because I know that you have to do this, so I can have this new motorcycle that I want. And he's so gracious about it. And I think even my older two, they never asked for anything. Like they graduated or also didn't go to universities. We talk about tradespeople, and school's not for everybody. But I think leading without knowing what you're doing, I think sometimes works. And being a parent, no one ever does it right. No one does it great. Everyone makes mistakes. But owning even mistakes to your kids is important, to say, hey, look, I'm sorry I didn't do that. Or, hey, we're going to do this. And
yeah. Wow.
don't judge yourself by other people's being moms. I look at single mom or stay-at-home moms, and they're at everything. And I'm a little envious of that. I think that's so great.
Yeah. But then you see their little ones, like the ones that just have all the time in the world to take their kids to the beach and the park. And then these little fuckers are just...
Spoiled ass,
yeah, spoiled,
kids,
bad attitudes.
I have it, or
Yeah.
everything's owed to me.
Yeah.
I think the struggle is better sometimes.
Yeah,
for our kids.
I think
and
'cause
even
then-
if we
yeah.
have the means, like no, if I got money, that's my money. That's not your money yet. When I'm dead,
It's like you said, they're watching, so they're seeing you struggle, they're seeing you grow, and they're like, "Wait a minute, man."
Yes, they learn that life is hard.
And then these other little mocosos,
no, they think
with
it's
the
easy.
cherry popsicle right in their shirt. I don't care. She's
with
gonna
that
buy me
silver
another
spoon
one.
right here on the side of their
I don't have to do
mouth.
shit.
Yeah.
Where's my breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. So I think that's the other important thing. People,
Where's my breakfast?
Yeah,
Exactly.
My eggs are cold. Yeah, no. Get your own eggs. My kid, my 12, he does his laundry. He helps. He has
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even,
That's
and it's
impressive.
funny because my older two kids call him a freeloader. My whole where's the freeloader today? Because he's 12, but yeah, he's a freeloader. So my and even my son, he's like when he got roommates and as he grew up, he's like, I'm so glad I had to like vacuum and do my roommates are slobs. Like I have to clean up. My daughter
Now,
too. She's like, now I know why you wanted me to lick the peanut butter off the spoon in the
Oh, my
sink
God.
because it just sticks on him. Like,
I can't believe just how much similarities we have. I mean, my biggest flex, right? Never divorced or whatever. Chris always by my side. But like you said, your kids are always watching because I've been a hustler since I was very, very young. Even as we got married, Chris had a job, and then he quit, and then then it was just me, and then we started the business together. But the kids watched the hustle the whole time, and not for me. The hustle as a child wasn't for a new pair of tennies. It was to help mom pay the bills because we were on the struggle bus. My mom left my dad. It was just us girls, and that's what makes you you do it because you have no plan B. You do it because you have to do it. Going back to the kids though, because once we started the business, and I want to ask the question, because of course you think, if my kids don't want to go to high school, to college, college isn't for everybody. My oldest boy Chris, he was a musician. He had the creative artsy part. He didn't like math or reading, which was cool. I was like, let them do. But then as the business grew, I wanted the kids to be in the business, to learn the business, and both of them hated it. Not hated it, but they were like, they didn't want to, especially to work for me.
Right.
With
Yes.
me. Like, I don't want to, and both came, worked a little bit with us, and they said, we're not going to work here, and went off and did their own thing, and, rest in peace, my son Chris, but Jordan, she recently came back. I think she came back about maybe over 2 years ago, because she was doing her own thing, and I'm like, mad respect. And then when she saw that corporate America is kind of a, dog-eat-dog brutal situation, you don't get a lot of credit for like your talent and what you really bring to the table. You're a number and you get a paycheck. That's it. So when she was in between jobs, I had that heart-to-heart. Now she's, 29 at the time, and I'm like, Jordan, because she's like, I'm quitting. I can't believe, long story, too long of a story, but she goes, I'm going to take some time off. I said, well, honey, I really could use some help on the marketing. I go, I'm in sales. I'm not a marketer. I don't know the social stuff. Please think about coming back and helping us out, and kind of think about it not as coming back and having a job, honey. This is our business. It's a family business. Kind of come in with that mindset. And even though it was like, she was like, well, print me out an offer. Let me know what it is that I got to do. I'm going to review it.
Corporate.
I'm going to take... But I loved it. I'm like, that's the way I want, that's the relationship that I want us to have when it comes
Am I exempt
to work.
or non-exempt?
Yeah.
Right?
When it comes to
Hey.
work. And she's come back with a little bit of a different mindset.
Love
In the
that.
beginning, it was still more like, I'm here to do a job. Now that she sees, as the size of a, the small business that we are, we really care, and she sees that like, we're a family business and we lead with heart, and we really care. And she's bought into that, and she's not just a number. And now I think she's got the idea to like, hey, this is a business. So so your kids are at that age. So are they interested in coming in the business?
So
or
we
do
have the
you-
same exact story
I'm
with my
telling you.
Haley. So my 26-year-old. So
Yeah.
again, when up until a year ago, I was still in business with my sister. And my other sister works there. And we have literally been fighting since 1975. We've been at each other's throats for so long. It was one of those things like one of us have to retire. So my sister is going to retire. She's going to take care of my mom. And now it's so beautiful that we get to be sisters again. And we're not
Yes,
fighting.
right.
And it's still a road because it's kind of fresh wounds. But I had to do what was best for me and my sanity and create some boundaries because I do love my family.
Yeah.
But we were starting to really hate each other.
Yeah.
And it hurt my heart. So my son had already seen that. And he, Blake, he did gymnastics his whole life. I really had joint custody with Eric Will Gymnastics, and he loved it. He trained. He wanted to do, Junior Olympian Olympics, and now he's a coach. So he's not really have an interest. He loves his job. He makes good money at it. That he works in the industry and gymnastics, and Olympics are coming up in 2028. So he loves it. So no, he did work for me one time. He ran into something with my car. And he's like, this isn't for me, Mom. My daughter, who is now 23, she wanted to go to university. She was in COVID, junior and senior year. She went to Whittier Christian. She didn't even really like high school, which made me so sad because I loved high school. My son didn't like high school either. And it's a different time.
It's a whole different high school.
Time.
Oh, yeah.
And so she went to GCU for 1 year. She's like, no, this is not for me. But she wanted to stay in Arizona. She was loving the food industry. She was making killer money. She was a bev cart girl at Wigwam. And she was making good money, working 3 days a week and on her own. And she was doing well. And, and I told her, I go, honey, and we moved to Texas. And during COVID, my husband and I moved to Texas. And I'm commuting to LA to Texas all the time. My husband's there, started his own trucking company. Nice. And so my daughter in Arizona, she's like, her friends are there. Mom, my friends, I want to be with my friends. I'm like, okay, there's going to come a time. So about 5 months ago, she's like, okay, Mom, I think I'm ready to come to Texas. She loves things. So she worked in some industries, but she does nails too. She's a nail tech. Ooh, but now she's like,
multitasking.
So I brought
talent.
her in. I go, well, she's like, I could really use some help with my social media, my marketing. So I don't have time to sit on LinkedIn and do all the things all the time. It's important. That's why we're relational. So she started with me about 3 months ago.
Did she? That's awesome.
Doing my social media. And now she's like, now that we might be expanding into Texas and I'll be able to have an office space, she's going to kill it.
Yeah.
And, it's just going to take time. But there's that struggle where it's like, same thing. Like, what am I exactly doing? I want to know what I'm doing because I don't want you to pay me if I'm not doing the work.
I love that.
And
See,
I
that
love that
mindset
too.
right
Great
there is not,
relationship.
you're not coming in because she grew up in the struggle. You're not coming in with that entitlement.
She
You're
wants
like, I
to
want to
do the
earn.
work.
I want to make sure that I bring some value here. While other children, they'll come in with like, I'm the owner's son. I come in and do whatever I want.
And that's always, second generations usually destroy companies, but I've met so many second generation companies, especially lately, and I'm like, that's wrong. Because we have the axe to grind, right? It's the hold my beer situation where it's like, no, we're not going to mess this up. And so my 12-year-old always talks about being a welder. He wants a welder for Christmas. He wants to weld his own race cars.
That's awesome.
And
somebody to pass that company on to.
So, we'll see. I'm excited about the future. And with a lot of changes that my company's seeing, I've even told my husband, like, you might have to come work for me for free. He's like, well, I do already. What are you talking about? So, and he has an extensive background in pipe valves and fittings, and he used to do steel marketing. He's a great salesperson.
wow. Yeah.
So, it'll be, we'll
It's
see.
a good fit. No, it's a great fit.
And he'll work 20 hours a day and never write an HR complaint,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
He might do a
Awesome.
complaint to ChatGPT therapist, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, that chat boy. She's a good therapist too.
Yeah, I've actually had a friend tell me that they were going to therapy like 3 times a week, and now they use chat as a therapist between each other.
Dude, it's amazing.
And it's free. Oh, he's like, we pay for the expensive one, like $200 a month to have all the things,
The
like
cloud and
memorizes
all that.
Yeah.
Now it's crazy. Like, I only use it really for helping me articulate a little bit better because I don't have a formal education. And I
Right.
see some people's
Same.
emails. I'm
Yeah.
like, dang,
No,
who
same.
wrote this?
Oh,
yeah.
You put in your OG ideas,
Yes.
and man, it comes out beautiful.
Yes.
Like,
Sometimes I don't even want to change it, but I have to.
Yeah. What, all you have to do is put. You have to have your OG prompts.
Right.
This is what I want to say, and that's the thing about it. We all have our own story. So even if we have Claude or Chat or whoever help us get our thoughts in order and clearly communicated, it's still coming from
Sure.
in here. Again, no previous education, but right now it's like, man, you got
Well,
my
well,
AI
you-
assistant
yeah,
makes me
you-
sound
you-
like I got a
You
master's
gotta
over here.
you gotta when it comes to stuff like that, you gotta give it detailed information, and it starts learning you.
And the more you tell
Which is
it, the more
scary.
it
Yeah.
learns you. Like, so I really,
You think it's scary? I think it's amazing.
Well,
It's
no,
both.
I mean
It's both.
it's scary that it learns you in a professional manner to where it starts reading you and,
Yeah,
and
it
knows
learns your
exactly what you
personality.
want. That's cool. Scary version to that is I don't really see that anyone should use it as like a BFF. I think the journey that someone's on when it comes to personal things, you kind of got to figure things out for yourself. Oh, what should I say to so and so because it hurt my feelings?
oh yeah, not
Yeah,
that.
no, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Because
no.
there's people that are using it for
Well, I can see the youth using that
freaking
more.
people that have no
relationship advice.
Because they're
and-
younger.
And,
Yes.
oh, my best friend hurt my feelings. Like
Yeah.
that kind of shit. You need,
Well,
need
it's-
community and
Oh,
real
I think there
people.
was a Netflix show where someone was using that, and it like the thing told it to kill himself. Told the kid.
That's
to
what I'm
kill-
saying. Like,
So that can be very. So it is.
Yeah.
So it's a tool.
does she like me?
That is very scary
know,
for youth,
that-
and
that- yeah.
also as being a potential mom later, like you've got to monitor your kids' online presence.
Oh.
My son never. He's funny. I'm like, honey, it's okay to put your face out in this
Yeah,
video.
'cause
He's like,
those-
no, he has his motorcycle helmet on. He's funny, but
Yeah, because those are
it's
the
scary.
things that
But those are
you.
good. He's really mature for a 12-year-old.
He's a
Yeah.
40-year-old man and 12-year-old body.
Did it? Oh, an old soul.
He's so cute.
We should all have one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's yeah.
But those
yeah.
kind of things, you as a parent, you would want your kids to not use Chat GPT, but to use mommy and daddy.
For sure.
Or
Yes.
or even like you said, the youth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your 10-year-olds, your 15-year-olds, they don't even have like a close-knit set of
Yeah.
friends, no community to talk about. Hey, no, they want to go to the phone. Everything is in that phone. And the thing about that phone is that in a sense, it's really not real.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this is what's real right here. And the younger, the generations, but the bad thing is that we as parents are giving
Yeah.
them an iPad at 2. So it's like right away you're creating a relationship and an
Because
addiction.
it's easier for the parent if they can just watch their
Oh
phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's an addiction. There scientifically there's an addiction between this thing and our brain.
100%.
So
I mean, we're all right
we
here
as
with
older,
it.
I know, right? It's like our third arm.
Yeah.
So if we as adults sometimes have a problem controlling our addiction to social media, what chances do these young kids have who have the frontal whatever hasn't developed and all they have
that'd be
no
like-
experience.
It'd be like Gabriel asking Chat, why shouldn't I drink and drive? And then Chat's going to spit out all these professional.
No, DUI costs you
guidance,
$10,000
whatever.
if you get a ticket.
But then
Yeah.
he's going to ask Daddy, Dad, why shouldn't I drink and
Well,
drive?
how
Well, let
old
me
is
tell
he?
you, little mofo, because when I did, I got locked up in the drunk tank, and there's some guy named Rodrigo trying to, touch me. I had to fight.
you his
That's a
old lady.
better
That was the
advice.
worst.
That's better
That was
advice.
the worst 24 hours of my life. Then
He's
my
trying to
license
argue
got
me.
suspended. Couldn't get to fucking work. Feed your little punk ass. So that's why you should have. You know what I mean?
Much better. Yeah, much more
So
impactful.
Chat-
Tell
So
the
if
audience.
you put that into ChatGPT, it might be able to help you.
But now it knows
Yeah.
because it heard me now. So now it's going to tell Gabriel ask him. It's going to tell
I
him
like
some
it to
shit.
say,
Like, well, did you know that one time your dad?
And if you have a shared chat, you got to be careful. But I love it for like,
You
I
can
really
share
want to tell this
chats.
person
We
to
should all
fuck
share
off.
chats.
This is what they do. I want them to.
I'm
I
going
want
to share
them to
chats
fuck
with
off.
Rosa.
Yeah.
No,
My
yeah, I
husband
have like a
uses my
family
chat.
one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He actually talks to ChatGPT.
Who?
My husband.
Oh, yeah,
He
100%.
uses it way more than I do.
I'm going to tell the men's group at church we should all share.
Oh, I'm
share
telling
chat.
you, for a minute there, I was like on it all the time. I was amazed by just what it was doing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Big Bang Theory? Did you guys watch Big Bang Theory?
I did.
Oh my gosh, there was one episode where like
Is that a Netflix thing?
no,
Big
it's
Bang
like,
Theory?
it's like Friends. It's like
It's
Friends.
a-
It was on-
got
on
it. Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And they're like these scientific, like nerdy guys. It's super funny. But one of the episodes is when Raj fell in love with Siri. Like he was having fantasies about Siri because it just came out. And
That's funny.
he's literally like her voice. He's like, "Hello, Rajesh." Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there a movie where the guy falls in love with his
What's a robot? I think the one.
No.
one-
It's
what was the name of the movie? Her.
Oh yeah.
And what's the name of the
yeah.
actor?
I don't. Oh yeah.
Is that Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay.
Where he falls in love with her, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, and she's falling in love with him. It was the weirdest thing, but I bet you that shit's happening right now for real, for real.
Well, the other one is
It's heading in
Black
that
Mirror.
direction, man.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, she gives.
Man,
you know, she
imagine
gives
when
me
the girl
emotional-
robots come out or whatever. It's like, ooh, we're doomed.
You can order the
Or-
robot.
yeah, there's
it's
already some.
$26,000. Tesla or Elon came out with this robot, and you
Mm-hmm.
can pre-order them right now. No, you haven't seen this.
Well, I see it on sometimes on my feed, but it's like,
a little robot. It'll do your dishes. It'll,
no, I'm
What?
talking about the real womany looking
Oh yeah, yeah,
robots.
yeah. Well, you know.
Then,
Wait.
boys
Let's
are
go-
gonna be,
wait.
men are gonna be like, I don't
Let's
need
go
these
back
real
to the
bitches.
dishes because I don't have a cleaning lady anymore. So
For
I-
26
I-
grand,
For
you can have
26
one.
G's?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Watch,
last-
mark my
yeah.
word, just like this phone, we'll all have one for
Can
a
it
couple
make
$1,000s
pupusas?
in a few
Maybe.
years.
I think you can teach it.
If you get a where's the
Her name's
part of
gotta be
Mexico for
Rosito, yeah.
papusas?
Right.
She got to be that nationality. I want a robot from Guatemala, so she could make me some papusas.
No, my robot just has
It's
to
internal,
feed
the-
Thor,
the-
wash
the
dishes,
ingredient, the
and do the floors. That's
recipe.
it. Don't ask me out for coffee because I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
I'm
So what
telling
happened
you.
to your cleaning lady? I thought you had one. Ya no te quiso.
That's a different story. We're
It is
not
a
here
different
for
story.
that.
All
It's
right.
a different story.
All right,
We don't
you're
live
right.
in
Let's
we
stick with
don't
the-
we
let's
don't
stick
live
with
in
the
the
robot
past.
better.
We live in the present.
You're right.
And you know what? My
Sorry.
life is
Forgive me.
peaceful right now.
Good.
I clean my own damn floors and do my own damn dishes.
All right.
He's independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm independent.
See, when girls do it, they think of
I
that.
need help.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
I
kidding.
know.
I'm
not
No
claiming
one,
lady.
no one in this room has time to do my dishes, and I like it better that way.
You know, and it's okay
Yeah.
to have someone come and help do those
Oh,
things.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, when there's time.
people are like,
that's a
oh, you're
good way.
bougie, you have a housekeeper. I'm like, no, I'm smart with my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time management.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good way to stay in balance. Like, I don't want to clean my house. I used to really enjoy it because nobody
Yeah.
cleans like I clean.
Of course.
Now it's like, I don't want to clean
I'm
my
getting
house.
there
But
where
I have to let myself, when it's a little bit of a mess, just chill. It's a little bit of
Yeah.
a mess. Call the cleaning lady.
No, I'm
'Cause-
getting to that point where I do need somebody.
Yeah.
It's just because time. Because oh man, I don't have 2 hours to do this. I need to be somewhere.
Yeah. Or when
How's
I
your time
think
best
about
spent? Like, how much do you pay yourself
yeah.
an hour
Yes.
to clean a house when you're like, okay, I can have a crew come in? And, you know, there are male housekeepers.
I know. That's scary
Just like there's male cooks, and they're really damn good too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
scary. A male housekeeper showing up in a tutu.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
In a tutu.
yeah, imagine. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
damn.
Heard you say you want to ride the
I'm
jeep.
secure. I don't give a shit. I'm like, clean my house, baby. But like, wear whatever
Just
you
my
want.
house, though,
Just
okay?
shave your legs though.
And the pool, you know, clean the pool, please.
No, I don't have
Banana
a pool.
boy.
Yeah, wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
Well, that's another good way when we
One
talk
of
about.
us needs to get a pool, man, because you don't have a pool. I don't have a pool. You don't have a pool.
No.
Everyone needs a pool.
I vote
Yeah.
Lila. You have the space.
I want to put a
not for
pool in my
now.
house, too.
Yeah, I love swimming. In fact, my granddaughter, she just joined a swim club, or she was practicing, and so they just invited her to a swim meet, and she killed it. She's just so now I'm like, oh, do I want to put a pool? Yeah, no. The park's right there. They're gonna invest down the street.
Public pool.
I know.
Ugh.
Oh, she's little. What does she know? You know, I mean, I went to a public pool, got full of lice every summer.
Oh, at a public pool?
Hell yeah!
turned my hair green.
belong. That, well,
the chlorine.
well, now that you diet, but as kids, you know, I used to compete with the local park.
the chlorine turns blonde hair green.
Even
Really?
that, really?
I wasn't
Oh.
fake. I am blonde.
And it. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even
It
put my
does?
hair. Yeah, the chlorine turns blonde hair green. This is a thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You have no white friends or what?
Not many. Not
Rocio,
many.
can you swim?
No, I don't know how to swim.
Oh,
Like at all?
chat can teach you.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
That's
that.
another thing. Hey, I'm getting mugged. Save my life.
Oh gosh,
It's
yeah.
like, mod. Chat.
Chat,
Come on,
yeah.
miss, chat.
I guess the end result on chat is just use it with some, respect and
Oh yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah. And don't
There
put
needs
your
to be like the Mexican version of ChatGPT.
I'm sure there
I'm
is.
sure there is.
Like, que pedo, way.
Yeah, all that part.
You know? Like, hey, que
Watch
pedo,
feed
way.
it. It'll learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideas.
That's funny.
Rocio,
I
we're
think
getting
you
into
could
business.
tell
Or in the
it.
settings. Put in the settings.
Yeah,
I wanna
you
know
can-
the
it's
settings.
under,
I need
search-
you to act like a paisa.
Yeah,
I need you to
just-
act like my dad. I need you to act like my
You can
dad.
teach it. You can create a bot.
Act like my dad when I'm having a hard
Listen to him.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could,
No, no seas pendejo.
yeah. You could actually create a bot just to mimic your dad. It just
Really?
creating a bot. Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
have my dad ain't doing shit. I'm just gonna tell him I need
Oh, I
you to
need
feed
this
yourself
because
into
he's
this.
gone.
Yeah, that way he'll always.
Creepy.
My dad's always with me. Why? Because I put him in a bot.
Now you're creeping me out.
Imagine with his voice and yeah.
That'd
Ooh.
be-
Oh,
Triggering.
I would hear
Triggering for
God
what?
damn it, Dawn.
Triggering, like whatever. When he was here, you'd be like, "Yeah, my dad's here. Don't hide the beer
Yeah.
or whatever." So
Yeah.
if you hear him or you had a little bot, you'll be like, "Hide the beer." Oh no,
Yeah.
he's not here. I forgot. Give me the beer back.
But I don't drink.
That's right. That's right.
I used to always be, my dad's coming, I gotta go by.
Yeah.
I hang up on my friends, I gotta go by. They'll tell you the same thing. Oh, we always know when our dad, she just hangs up on us.
Yeah. Hey,
But those
so
are-
you know what,
those
Don?
are
I
the
didn't know that
cool-
your dad passed. I thought the man that I met as your dad was your dad.
Was my father-in-law maybe? Tall guy?
No, I met him at AGC at a golf tournament. He said, "Oh, Dawn's my daughter." I thought
I tell him all that. That's my father-in-law. You talking about the 80s or the, what's that guy's name? Tom Selleck one? With Jen, like the Encore one? I don't think it was AGC.
I don't know, but he says he's your dad.
And
We
no,
even took a picture.
he says this is my daughter, and I said you got to stop calling. It's daughter-in-law. You finish this. Words matter. Because then someone comes around.
Oh, so that's your husband's dad?
Yeah, my father-in-law.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
yes, and
yeah,
he
no,
says
he
this
did.
to
I thought that was your
people.
dad. Yeah.
Well, it's funny.
I was like, she don't look like her dad.
No, I look like my dad for sure, but he's
Yeah.
not my father. No, it's funny because someone came up to me and my husband was with me, and I think I don't know, was maybe being a little flirty. And I said, yeah, this is Ron. And I introduced my father-in-law and my husband, but I think I might have said, this is, Ron, and this is Ron Jr. or whatever. And he's like, and I said, this is my husband. He's like, you're married to your brother? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Dad. I go, so Dad, you've got to stop calling me daughter. It's daughter-in-law. And it's just funny.
Yeah.
So he's so proud, though. He just wants to tell he's so proud of us, and he's so proud of the company.
That's
so
awesome.
he just like, that's my daughter-in-law. You got to,
throw the in-law. Because I was like, oh, Dawn has her dad. Now you told me you lost your dad.
No, I lost him 15, 16 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. It's Father Time's a thief, man. It goes so fast.
It does.
And faster by the year as we
does.
close.
It's
the
already
year.
half of the year. We're halfway to
Yeah,
Christmas.
isn't that scary?
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
My son's like,
'Cause
Mom, I can't believe sixth grade went so fast.
I just celebrated my birthday in February, and now it's like middle of the year.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking like, shit, I'm gonna have another birthday pretty soon.
Yep.
You are.
Hey, aren't you gonna be
Yeah.
the big
And
50?
why are you smiling?
Big
Why-
50?
she's
She's the big
excited.
50.
Oh,
That's
I know
why.
why she's excited.
Why?
Why?
Because she's that's another opportunity for her to get me my midgets.
Midget shippers or
Yeah.
midget wrestlers.
Wow, yeah.
Pequeña traviesas. Yeah. I got something to say. I didn't know a lot about you before we started this show, and I
Shocker.
did not do my research.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind
And
of
I'm
put her in a
sorry.
box.
I did put you in a
put her
box,
guessing.
but I am grateful that you came in because I have this tremendous amount of respect for
Oh,
you
thank
today.
you.
And just
I felt
hearing
that
your
out there. I'm
story.
like, oh,
Absolutely.
he's gonna love me after this.
You know what? Yeah, I do, and I just think this is going to be a powerful show because there's a lot of women out there that are doing what
Yeah.
you did, and that are having a hard time trying to figure out how to get through. And what you said today, I think, is keep pushing.
Yeah.
No matter what.
You got to. And it's interesting. I invited you, and I think you're coming on Tuesday. I don't know if I'm starting or what I'm doing, but I invited, the first 15 to 20 people that came in my head that are executives or owners. And I'm starting like a little leadership roundtable where we can sit and talk about, did you know exempt and non-exempt, this means this, and especially in California, or what problems are you having, Lila, with your jobs? And like, oh my gosh, that happened to me too. And how did you handle? Like, I'm always looking for like comebacks, like when people say certain things.
Yeah.
I'm always like, what's the response? Like, I always get, oh, so you do pipe. Like, I can lay some pipe. And I'm like,
Yeah, that part. But it's cool.
yeah,
She's heard
no,
them all, I'm
my,
sure.
My response is, I don't do small bore. And you have to know
told you.
tunneling.
I told you
You have
she'd
to know
have the-
tunneling or
she'd have
pipe to
the-
actually
the one-liner.
understand the
Nice.
to come back. But
I
so
like
yes,
that.
I appreciate that and thank you. And I do a little bit of my own research, and I was super excited to come on and learn more. And I know we have very candid conversations. And I'll tell you, I remember when you started Safety Vibe because around the same time we had a little industrial supply company, and I'm like, who's this Lila girl? Like, what is this? And we were competitors, and we are competitors, but it doesn't matter. There is so much space in this industry for everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't make this. Can you go do a safety talk? Or what? I mean, and I'm not really big in the safety space anymore because I just really love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I love safety, and the safety is important, and we've all got to be safe, but we all need somebody like Lila. So it's been great, and
I had to give her speech yesterday.
Did you?
Lila's not here. You do it. I'm like, what the
Oh,
this
but
is
about
Arrow,
me?
fool.
Right,
This
right,
is-
right.
Does this say Safety Vibe?
Right.
No, you can do it. Here's the thing. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
Really?
For like,
So you
'cause-
did a little heat thing?
Yeah.
Really? Off of memory?
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
high
not off of
five.
memory. I just kind of winged it.
did you
Oh,
chat
okay.
GPT?
I should have. I
Yeah,
was
Chatty
like,
will
"Que
give you
pedo,
a quick
güey?"
5-minute comment. Yeah. So talking about safety, we just ended, National
Safety
Safety Week, which is brutal
It's
on
a
me.
whirlwind.
Because, I've been doing this a while, right? But these GCs, it's a big deal for them. Oil and gas guys, they don't care about doing any of that stuff. And that 5 a.m. at the job site for that talk, or 6 a.m. So here I am at 4 a.m., girl. This morning I was like, oh.
I got to do it on Friday at one of my job sites. Like, can you come in and do a little safety talk? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Heat illness. great
Yeah, I bought a bunch of gators
topic.
that you can get wet with my logo all over them.
Yeah, that's what I did. Passing out the Latino vibe electrolytes, right?
I had a
come and get some
pocket full of them that I
tamarindo.
got. So it was,
Is it
you see,
tamarindo flavor?
Tamarindo, Jamaica,
I
sandía,
ran into her
mango.
saleswoman yesterday, and she had those electrolytes, and I stuffed my safety vest with them. So they're asking me to do the heat illness, and I had my pocket full of hydration packs. So I'm
Perfect.
using them,
Man,
and I
should've
gave you a
probably sent
shout
some
out.
stuff.
I gave you a shout out, and was like, I got these from Safety Vibe, and
Yeah. And how hot was it out in the IE yesterday?
it was warm. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't
Probably
too bad?
90.
No, it was nice.
Don, is there anything you want to give tell the audience before we wrap up this video?
I don't know. I feel like I've said so much.
Nah, you could say more.
I would say,
Ride the D?
honestly, thank you to my clients, to all the people, to you guys for doing this. All the GCs out there who are helping promote and picking people up along the way. It's important as a small business, regardless that I'm a female, taking that all things aside, recognizing success in a partnership is really how you pave the path forward, right? So when a GC recognizes, hey, you know what? You did a good job. We want to bring you on the next project. That means more to me than anything. And if you're a male or female, emerging professionals, reach out, get a mentor.
Yes.
And make it official. Like, hey, I actually just talked to one of my unofficial mentor. He's like, I didn't realize that you thought of me as a mentor. I'm like, well, now I'm going to make a schedule with you once a week, and I'm going to send you an agenda, and this are the things I want to talk to you about. Because the things that I'm seeing in the industry's changing. So reach out, find somebody, find a friend. Like, honestly, that's the best advice I always give people is like, just get your circle and keep it small.
Yeah.
Have a big circle of colleagues and fun friends, but when you need to lean on somebody, you've got to know who to call and they're going to answer the phone, and you're not calling like the cry wolf stuff. You got to, so to me, that's really important. And to the GCs, like, we're out there.
Yeah.
We're out there to help, and we can build. And, we want to build LA. We want to build the United States. And there's so much work. I'm super pumped and excited. Every time somebody's like, oh my God, you have so much energy. I'm like, I truly love this industry. I love working with the GCs, and it's so fun.
It is.
Even getting yelled at, I'm like, that was fun.
Yeah. Once you get used to it, right? It's like you build that skin. It just kind of rolls off a little bit.
And then sometimes you go and you're like, hey, man, like that kind of hurt. But having safe space.
Yeah.
There's always a safe mental space.
Yeah.
And educate yourself. Read books. I never was a reader. Never was a listener. Everyone's like, I'm listening to podcasts. I'm like, what? Like, and educating yourself that way. There are lots of YouTubes. NAWIC and other organizations have things that you can watch for free. You can get education through LinkedIn. Skanska puts out like a boot camp. Those big companies, they have the resources to help you. And when you...
And Skanska's a good example
they're great.
Of just uplifting, hugging on small businesses, boot camping or connecting. They're one of my faves, actually.
Yeah, Flatiron does it too. Granite,
yeah, they do.
These big companies, they want to educate you on how to work with them.
Yeah.
I get contracts, and I'm like, no, like, why is this in my contract? I don't know your flow down provisions, and you're tying me to your contract. These are things these contractors help you learn about their contracts. It's great. So reach out, use those resources. You're on a little project, and like, oh, I've heard this company, and find their small business person or their business development person, and ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's never a dumb question except for the one that wasn't asked.
That wasn't asked, yep.
And
everybody
not
has their
asking for
story.
help. Don't panic, and don't, like, I hate when people are like, I needed help. I'm like, you didn't tell me. I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah.
If you have an expectation of me, tell it to me so I can reach it and exceed it. Just like I'm going to do for you. Lila, I expect you to call me every Friday to see if I need more grinding wheels or all the things. She's going to call me on every Friday because I've set that expectation up.
Yep.
And I think that's important in this industry is communicate and get off your damn phones. Pick it up and call me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Stop texting. I'm shocked at the POs and the go-aheads and the drawings that people text me. I'm like, oh my gosh. But
it's efficient.
It is efficient. It's
Sometimes
fast,
it's efficient.
And follow up and follow through. If you say you're going to call me on Friday, you best call me on Friday.
Yeah.
And it's important for me to do that too. I make notes, so be organized.
Yeah.
And just and keep pushing.
And pre-plan, don't over-plan. It's more like take action. Do it. Just
have an action plan.
Because time, like we said, time we don't get back. So if you're supposed to make that call or sign that contract or make that phone call, it's like just do it.
Well, I want to take this time to thank you for taking
Thank you.
today off. I know it's Mother's Day.
We know you're from Texas, girl, so we're
Mother's Day
flattered that you're
tomorrow.
down here.
I love it.
And you also sharing a personal side. I don't think social media has really seen of. So very grateful for you sharing the insight.
to share.
Personal and, with your permission, we'll share your story
Of course.
with the world. So thank you.
Exciting. Well, girl, I'm from LA. Let's be real. I'm from Whittier, but I do live in Texas right now.
Yeah. I love Texas.
With the future expansion, I'm
Yeah,
super excited.
that's awesome.
The world needs us.
Yeah.
The industry needs us to have another facility. So we're going to answer.
Well,
Nice.
whenever you invite me, I'll be there.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let me see your boots. I usually wear them.
I know you're not in your boots today. I got some
know.
boots. Yeah. In fact, I got some boots the last time I was in Texas. I'm trying to. There's this bougie part of Texas. It's like they're Beverly Hills, and it's in Dallas.
Oh, Highland Park. Yeah.
Oh, in Highland Park. So my favorite cousin is like, "Hey, you like these boots?" Because she's like a addict Facebook marketplace shopper. So these, in fact, you were like, "Oh, I like those boots." Anyway,
Are they
she like those
Lucchese?
boots. They're size nice. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. I know there's some. Anywho, she like them boots are size 9. I was like, yeah, they're cool. She wants $18 from. I go, oh, they're pretty cheap. She goes, no, this girl lives in Highland. You want to go check them out? It's a 20-minute ride. Yeah, let's go. So you order, right? Anyway, long story short, she left them on the porch. We're up in Highland, the big
So
mansions.
pretty, yep.
Her little boots right there. I tried them on like if they were made for me, girl. I
love it.
was like, I'm taking these.
Yes. I
And wore
love-
them and wore them and wore them. And every time I wore them, I always got a
Always.
compliment.
Yeah, I will always be the girl. I'll be we're part of the Beavers organization, and I go to 2 events a year. I'm always in boots. In a formal gown, I will find boots that fit my formal gown.
She got some glitter boots, some red boots, all them boots.
I want some
She's like, I'm
I
from
want
Cali,
some
but now
beaver
I'm from
boots.
Texas.
Some beaver
too.
boots. See, we don't have enough time, but the Beavers is a great organization. Look it up.
I want to go to that Napa,
It's
whatever.
from the Beaver Dilly. So I'm on the
Yes.
Women in Heavy Civil Board, and the Beavers has been great for education and scholarships. And we have Beaver embedded professors at different universities feeding these people into the heavy civil. It's a big heavy civil
Yeah.
fraternity.
So can anybody go to that Napa thing?
No,
Oh.
actually, we became Beavers.
crash
I
it.
applied.
Let's crash it.
I applied, and you have to meet some criteria. You can crash it, I'm sure. Actually, there are events. Anybody can come to the Women in Heavy Civil one, which is the day before.
Anybody can come? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I'll send you some info.
Please, I wanna
We're one of the
come.
first female-owned businesses that are actual beavers. So
That's
I will
awesome.
win a beaver one
well,
day. I'm
then
gonna
if
put
you
that out
invite
there.
me, then I can
Yeah,
come, right? If you
Uh,
invite. Or it's not an invite, just crash it. I'm good at crashing.
Let me find out for you. But I can invite you.
Please.
You are invited with me, and we'll figure it out.
Perfect. I'm in. I'm in.
Thank you so much. Happy
Yes,
Mother's Day
this
to
was fun.
everybody.
Happy
I had a
Mother's
tremendous
Day.
amount of
Mother's
fun.
Day,
Yes.
Yes.
Great knowing you.
You too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Dawn.
Of course. Anytime.